This platform I'm about to show you is going to completely transform your business and the way you operate, the way you do phone calls, the way you book appointments, the way you take customer service inquiries, the way you scale your business altogether is going to be completely transformed and drastically improved when you see how you can leverage this platform the same way we have, the same way 250 other clients, businesses, users have used this as well to in turn also scale their business and just the overall volume of output their business is able to produce. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's get right into this. I'm going to show you exactly how this platform works and how you can go about using it inside of your business as well. And look, if you do want to check out this platform, I'm going to put a link down below and you're able to create an account on here for free temporarily. There's no monthly fee for this platform if you go through my video here. I'm going to drop a link down below and I'm going to delete the link after about a week or so because there is going to be a price implemented for this ranging from about $500 a month to $1,500 a month depending on your plan. But right now you can get access to it for free, play around with it, everything like that until there is the monthly price added. So like I said, I'm not going to waste your time, so let's get right into it. I'll move my face out of the center there so you can see. So first thing you can see here is the dashboard. Very bare bones here as of right now, but this tracks all of the data that you're doing over the call. And there's a lot more analytics that are about to be brought to this. I'm talking genuinely everything. It says, as you can see, there's total revenue, booked calls, sales, and active now. There's going to be everything. The total amount of calls made, conversion rate, booking rate, pickup rate, do not disturb, calls that didn't go through, calls that did go through, calls that lasted over a minute, calls that converted, calls that didn't convert, the type of prospects that don't convert. All that type of stuff is going to be tracked in here so you can see. And then here we have the repositories. So what the repositories is the knowledge base. And so it's kind of as it says, it's the knowledge base that you're giving to your AI agent. And so the way this works is you create your AI agent, which I'll show in the agents tab here, and it's able to make any phone calls, book appointments directly in your calendar, do as many cold calls as you want, thousands and thousands at the exact same time. It's able to take customer inquiries, handle all the super repetitive tasks, and massively increase the volume by 10,000 times that you're able to currently do with your team of humans. And so the knowledge base is a very key component of that. And so the way this works is you create a repository, which is where you store all the knowledge. I'm going to call this, let's say, dentist. I'll create a dentist agent for you here pretty much from scratch, just as kind of a showcase here. Dentist test for YouTube. Let's call it this, just so I can remember what it is. We'll come in here, click on the dentist repository, and now we can create a knowledge base. So the way this knowledge base works is you give the AI certain questions, and that way it knows the answer. Because the AI is connected to the internet, so it knows all general knowledge. But if it's super niche things about your business, there's no way it's going to know, right, unless you give it that information, like pricing, for example. So here I'm going to give it, how much is a teeth whitening session? And then I'll give it the information. Our teeth whitening sessions are usually $229, but for Christmas, they're only $149. Beauty. So that's how you can give that to the AI. Right now, you have to manually add it. So if you have a ton of data, that's going to be a little bit time consuming. But right now, we're adding a feature where you'll be able to upload documents. You'll be able to upload PDFs. You'll be able to add your website link. It will scrape your whole website, take all the key information, add it to the repository automatically. You're able to speak to the AI, tell it what you wanted to add, and the AI will take your voice and take all the things that you wanted to add and create the knowledge base for you. So that's stuff we're adding right now. I'll make another video on that when that does get added. But for as of right now, this is how you create the knowledge base. And so the agents tab, I'm going to skip over this briefly because I'm going to come back to this after and show you, because this is where we'll be spending the majority of this video, really breaking this down for you. But as you can see, we have linear scripts and node scripts. I'll come back here in a second. We have the leads. So the leads is pretty straightforward. So really all you do for the leads is you upload lead lists, CSV files of your leads, and I'll show you. You can create a lead pool, call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call this test, save. Then you can come inside here and you can upload your lead list. You can upload your CSV file. It will map all the fields. And if you have fields that are outside of what's here by default, it will just create them automatically. And so I'll show you why this is good inside of the script, because you can reference all these custom variables inside of the scripts, which I'll show you in a minute here. And then we have campaigns. So the way campaigns works is you take your agent that you created that you want to call, and you take your lead list that you uploaded, and you have them matched together. So you have whichever AI agent you want to call all the leads from the certain list that you want. So the way this works is you add a new campaign, you name it, you select the lead pool that you want the AI to be calling, you select the AI agent that you want calling the lead pool, you select the time zone, you select when you want the calls to start and end, so you're not calling people, at 3 a.m. You select the days you want the AI to be calling, and you want the day you want the campaign to start. You select that it's compliant, both of these here, and then you launch the campaign. And so when you launch the campaign, you'll come into here, and this is what you will see. View analytics. And then you come to here, and you can see the analytics for the campaign. So as you can see the answered calls, the voicemails, the busy, the failed, the do not disturb, the uninterested, the interested, the booked, and the anomalies. And so you can also see the percentage of the total calls that each of these fields equate to. And so this is something we're going to build out ridiculously. As you can see, this is a bare bones kind of all the numbers you basically need just to kind of have a good understanding of how your campaigns are performing. But we want to build this out ridiculously so that you can track all the data inside of every single call campaign. I'm talking literally everything. Which lines in the script convert the best? Which lines in the script have people hanging up the most? Which lines get a positive response from people? All the data across different industries for how the AI performs, how people respond, all that sort of stuff. But right now, this is the overview, the analytics section here of each individual campaign. You have the recordings for each campaign. As you can see, this is a demo campaign here. This isn't a live campaign, so you can't see the recordings, but they show up all as the recordings here. The credits, how much credits are on the campaign. The settings, in case you want to switch to the campaign. These are the same settings that were at the start when you launch the campaign, but it's there in case you want to change it. So let's go back here to campaigns, and let me see if we can grab one here that has some recordings. Let's see. Yeah. So this is what some recordings look like. These are also, just random calls that we put through here, but you can see this is what the recordings tab looks like. You see the contact number, the agent name, the direction of the call, the date, the duration, and the outcome of the call, which will be, booked appointment, follow-up, not interested, interested, all this sort of stuff, and the recording as well, which you can listen to right here. So that's the campaign section for you there. This we plan to build out a lot more extensively, but as of right now, this is what it's looking like. We have the general recording section. So this is for all recordings on your account inside the platform. You have the campaign specific recordings and then the total recordings. And so the way the total recordings works is we have just every single recording from every agent that's made on your account. And so you can see you have the filters, so that you can filter it, by date, by agent name, by the phone number, by status, by transcript, if there's certain words in the transcript that are in your call that you're looking for, the duration, all that sort of stuff, and you can apply it. And then we have all the recordings, of course. You can click on this recording here. You can see all the stats, the name, the outcome, the duration, the date, the time, the phone number, and the status, the recording of all here as well. You can also play with the speed of it here. You have a summary of the recording. Of course, it is a very small one. So let me grab a different recording so I can give you a better example here. This one here, you have a summary, and you have the full transcript of the conversation. And so for some of our clients, for example, they want the summary exported out to their Go High Level or their HubSpot, whatever it is, under each contact so their team can see how the conversation went. And then into the settings here. So this is the last section I'm going to show you before we get over to the agents and we start actually building out our agents. So the account, very basic information, your first name, password, all that sort of stuff. The integrations, right now we have Google, Go High Level, and Twilio. So Google is your Google Calendar, so you can have the AI booking directly into your Google Calendar. Go High Level, you can have the AI booking directly into your Go High Level calendars. And Twilio, so you can select which numbers you specifically want the AI to call from, right? If you're in, let's say, Toronto, or let's say Miami, you want the AI to be calling from a Miami local number or Toronto local number, right? If you're calling other businesses in that area. Same as if you're in Europe, for example. Say you're in, in, let's say, Barcelona, you will want to be calling from a Barcelona local number, right, to local people in that city. So that's how you can do that with Twilio. Very easy to connect. It's literally just a simple API connection. And so very straightforward. Google, you connect your Google account, also very straightforward. I'm not going to go through that process here, but you can see it's very easy. And then Go High Level is the same. You just place your sub account API key in here, connect, that's it. Literally all you do. It takes 30 seconds. Twilio, same thing. You just paste your SID and your auth token, boom, connected. Simple as that. Webhooks. So here you can create your webhooks, your post, puts, and gets, all that sort of stuff here to trigger, maybe Zapier or Make.com, trigger all these sorts of different things you want, post call outcomes, pre-call outcomes, all this sort of stuff. Your API key is how you can trigger webhooks inside of Go High Level, for example, or inside of Zapier as well, or Make, by having an API key associated with your account. This is also how we trigger follow-ups with Go High Level, for example. You have a lead come from an ad, the AI calls them right away. If the lead picks up and they book an appointment, they get removed, the AI doesn't call them back. But if the AI doesn't, or if the lead doesn't pick up, we want the AI follow up, right? Maybe later that day or the next day or next week, whenever you want. They go through the workflow and the AI detects, hey, have they booked in? If they have booked, it knows not to call them. If it hasn't booked yet, then the AI will call them back, and we trigger that through the webhook and the API sync to this specific account. And then we have the billing. So your payment method, your billing history, all this sort of stuff. And referrals. So we have an affiliate link here. This is where right now it is for our partners, where they get a 15% cut of the usage for all the clients they bring on. But we're going to be making a very, very juicy referral system and affiliate program, similar to Go High Level, where every person that you bring on to the platform through your account, you'll get 40% of their monthly payment. So if they're paying the $497 a month or the $500 a month, essentially, you'd be getting $200 a month from every single person that you bring on. And let's say you're bringing on somebody who is for the agency plan, where they're white labeling it, they're reselling it, creating a ton of sub accounts inside of it. Then that's $1,500 a month. You'll be getting $600 a month from that person, just from referring them. So we're setting up a very juicy affiliate program for that. Now I'll show you how you can buy credits. So you have your account up here, add credits. You can come on here, buy $5 of credit, select our credit card, boom. Confirm payment. You see how many minutes it will get you. And boom. Credits added successfully. As you can see, I have a ridiculous amount of credits up here just because it's our platform, of course. But yeah, so let's go about credits, and you buy credits up here. And then the credits get deducted from your account at a rate of 22 cents per minute of live call time. So when the AI is calling people, if they're not picking up, you don't get charged anything. Not a single charge if people aren't answering. But if people are, speaking with the AI is booking them in, speaking, it's 22 cents per minute of live call time. All right, so that is pretty much everything here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the agents page here. So we will go through creating the agent. And so what this looks like is pretty straightforward. As you can see, these are a lot of different agents here. This is the agent we use ourselves. Or clearly this is not the one we use, but this is quite a bare bones script here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the entire agent build. I believe this is the one we actually use. Yep, here we go. This is the one we actually use. You can see we have our, our Go High Level calendar showing up over here, the ones we want to book into, all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to show you how we build an agent. We have two different processes here. We have the linear agents and the node script agents. The linear agents are kind of, as it says in the name, a very linear script. They can still go off script, answer a lot of questions, all that sort of stuff, but it's for those more linear conversations, kind of customer service conversations where you're following a script. It's the same kind of questions every time. It's pretty repetitive. And so same with appointment booking. You can use these for appointment booking. They do very good if it's a pretty linear appointment booking process, or maybe just a couple of qualifications, all that sort of stuff. And then node script is very good for if you want to build out those very, very complex agents, those very big, long conversations that have a bunch of different branches and directions they can go into, and you want it to lead to other things in the conversation. So let me see if this one here is a good example. Okay, not quite. So we'll build a fresh one of each here. We'll use the dentist example that I made before with the quick repository, and we'll create everything here. So first thing, let's create dentist linear test for YouTube. You can give it a description as well if you want. Next, I'm going to choose a linear script. As you can see, step-by-step dialogue, predictable responses, easy to maintain. And then node script is multiple conversation paths, complex decision tree, advanced logic handling. So let's go into linear first. We're going to create a pretty simple linear script here because I also want to take you through a node script build after. So let's go into here. You can also edit it, duplicate it, delete it, all that sort of stuff. So let's go into here and let's edit this up. So this is the default section here. As you can see, this comes in every time, and you can see there's white text and purple text. So the purple text is variables. And so like I mentioned earlier with lead lists that you can upload, and there's a lot of different fields for it to map to, the AI can reference all of those fields by simply adding a custom variable. And the way you do that is by typing / anything. There's the default ones like prospect name, agent name, company name, available dates for booking, which you'll see a description for all of these here. And then there's also wait for prospect to respond, which you put when you want the prospect to respond. So let's create a script here. For this case, I'm actually going to remove the agent name. Let's name her Ashley. Hey, prospect name, it's Ashley from, let's see, from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today? And then we'll do wait for prospect to respond. Let's just say, great. I don't want to say that's great because there's the chance that the prospect says, I'm doing terrible. And so the AI will respond. The AI won't say great if you say you're doing terrible. It will acknowledge it and say, oh, hopefully we can brighten your day or something along those lines, right? But we'll say great. The reason I'm calling is because you opted into one of our ads. And so I'm going to make this social media. I'm going to make that a variable because let's say they opted in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you don't know. But let's say we have that mapped that we're tracking. So we'll make this one of our, let's say, Facebook ads about getting a teeth whitening for our Christmas special. Does that ring any bells? We'll wait for prospect to respond again. And then we'll say, awesome. Before we get you scheduled in, actually, let's confirm that this is what they want to do. Awesome is getting your teeth whitened for the Christmas break still something you want to have done? Wait prospect to respond. Perfect. And so in this case, if this was a node script, and let's say if they say yes, we'd go one way. If they say no, we'd go another way. And I'll show you how we do that after we build this agent here. And I'll also do a test call with this as well so you can see it. Awesome. Is getting your teeth whitened before the Christmas break still something you want to have done? Perfect. Before we go ahead and schedule in your appointment, I just have a couple quick questions. Firstly, have you, I'm just going to make some stuff up here. Have you ever had your teeth whitened before? Okay, perfect. And how old are you? All right. And lastly, do you know anyone else who may want to take advantage of this special teeth whitening offer? Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and find a time for your appointment. does, and then we'll do available dates, which as you can see here is the way that you book appointments. So this way the AI will read point times off the calendar, and I'll go ahead here and I'll select one of my Go High Level calendars here. We'll just do our default calendar, and it will read off available dates. Does work for you. Let me move my head up here a little bit so I'm not in the way. Wait for prospect to respond. Perfect. We have you scheduled for repeat date and time they booked for. We are all set. We look forward to seeing you soon and have a wonderful Christmas. Bye for now. There we go. So this is the script we're going to run here. We'll save the changes and let's see. And I'll kind of explain what we have over here. So this is a pretty basic linear script, right? This is the kind of thing you'd use a linear script for. You could even use node script for if you want to really branch out based on certain kind of responses and stuff. But for this, let's say it doesn't matter. We have a couple variables in here as well. Check the background context. So what the background context is it's very, very powerful for how the AI is going to behave on the call. You're telling it how to act, certain verbiage to use, how to articulate certain things, the tonality to take, the emotion to use, all this sort of stuff. You're guiding how you want the AI to just overall behave and interact on the call. So as you can see, the main objective is to schedule an appointment with the lead during the call by emphasizing the benefits and guiding them smoothly through the process. This is a default background context we give to the AI. You can play around with this and you can add certain things in here and tell the AI to laugh throughout the call, all this sort of stuff, right? Be more humorous, all this sort of stuff. And the AI will throw jokes at every now and then, all that sort of stuff. Maintain a friendly and natural tone, avoiding robotic or overly formal language, all this sort of stuff to make it sound more human. So we'll get out of here, and then we have voice message. So if you were to write a voice message, this is just if somebody doesn't pick up, the AI will leave a voice message. Hey, I was unable to reach you. Call me back. That's what you can do for the voice message, and you can save that. I'm just going to delete it for now. But that goes that if somebody doesn't answer, the AI can leave a voice message. We'll select the time zone. English, we have a lot of languages on here as well. We have a lot of European clients, Asian clients, so we have a lot of different languages on here as well. I will keep it English. The repository, I will select the dentist repository, and the only question I put in there was the price of the teeth whitening, which I'll ask it on this call. I'm going to switch this to Jen because I like this voice a lot. We got temperature, which is just the freedom you want the AI to have on the call. Do you want it to kind of do its own thing? The higher you set the temperature, the more the AI is going to do its own thing on the call, which isn't bad, but you don't want to give it too much freedom. And the lower you make it, the more it will follow everything word by word. I like to have it in the middle so it does have a conversational flow to it, but it's not, doing its complete own thing. We also have the interruption threshold, which is simply how quickly you want the AI to respond. And then we have tester profile. So let's create a tester profile. And as you can see on the tester profile, I'll add my name. I'll add my phone number, the prospect name, which in this case is me as well. And then the social media. We'll make this Facebook, and that's of course referencing the Facebook or the social media variable in the script. Let's create this here, and let's have the AI give me a quick call. I did make the script quite quickly, so let's see if we have any kind of little issues with it. But if we do, we'll fix it and I'll run another call. So let's see here. All right, here we go. Hello?
Hi, Jax. It's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty damn good, actually. It's almost Christmas here. It's snowing. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. I love this time of year, especially with the snow. It's so festive. Speaking of Christmas, I wanted to follow up with you about something great. The reason I'm calling is because you opted into one of our Facebook ads about getting a teeth whitening for our Christmas special. Does that ring any bells?
Yeah, that does actually. I just opted into that ad maybe an hour ago. You called me pretty quickly.
Yeah. We try to respond quickly to our leads. Awesome. Is getting your teeth whitened before the Christmas break still something you want to have done?
Yeah, definitely. I have some Christmas pictures I'm going to need to get taken and want my teeth sparkling.
Perfect. Before we go ahead and schedule in your appointment, I just have a couple quick questions.
Okay, cool.
Firstly, have you ever had your teeth whitened before?
Yeah, I did. Maybe 5, 6 years ago, though. It's been a long time.
Okay. Perfect. And how old are you?
Right now, I'm 21.
So, considering you've had your teeth whitened before and you're looking to get them done again for the Christmas pictures, I think our special offer would be perfect for you. We're offering a discounted rate of $99 for a limited time, and it includes a free consultation and a take-home whitening kit. Would you like to schedule an appointment for this week or next?
What's the price of the whitening?
The price of the whitening is actually included in the special offer I mentioned earlier. It's $99 for the entire package, which includes the in-office whitening treatment, a free consultation, and a take-home whitening kit. But let's get back to scheduling your appointment. We've got a few different time slots available this week and next. Would you like me to go over those with you?
Yeah, sure.
And lastly, do you know... Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and find a time for your appointment. Does Monday, December the 9th at 6:30 p.m. or Wednesday, December the 11th at 6 p.m. work for you?
Yeah, I can do the second one. Second
Perfect.
one.
We
Yeah.
have you scheduled for Wednesday, December the 11th at 6 p.m. We are all set. We look forward to seeing you soon and have a wonderful Christmas.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
All right. So as you can see, pretty good call there. First, right off the bat, a couple things I would change. I would take out the great. As you can see, she still forced it through. She would give it a little, she would do her acknowledging what I said, right? Like I'd tell her I would just make some stuff up, right? And she would acknowledge it, but then she'd still say great or perfect. So that's something right off the bat I would take out so that she can just transition easily into the sentence. And overall, so as you can see, I didn't give her enough knowledge in the knowledge base, clearly because she made up a lot of stuff, right? Just on her own, which is not a bad thing. She completely made it up on the spot. And she was really going off script, which is great, really bringing in a lot of outside knowledge to just make the conversation flow better, just more organic. And yeah, and so I'm curious to see what you guys think of the voice and everything like that, what you'd maybe change about the scripting, all that sort of stuff. Drop it in the comments. But yeah, I think that call went quite well. And so she was talking about the teeth whitening kit, $99 for the Christmas special, wishing me a happy Christmas, making sure, I'm looking good for my Christmas photos and all this sort of stuff that I made up there. But yeah, so this is kind of give you an idea of how the linear script works. So pretty straightforward, pretty linear, right? So now let's go ahead and let's create a node script. This is where we can get really, really fancy with it. So let's do dentist node test for YouTube. Now let's create a node script. So as you can see, multiple conversation paths, all this sort of stuff, complex trees. Let's go ahead and create tier, and I'll take you through this process. And I'll do the same type of script. I'll do a dentist type of script like the last one we did there. So let's zoom out a little bit. This is node script. So as you can see, quite a different setup, right? And as you can see, the way you go about it is you connect this to that, you connect this node to node, and you have the conversation flow as such. So let's go ahead and create this. First things first, let's change this here. So I'm going to break down what we have here. So we have conversational nodes, we have prompt nodes, and we have exact nodes. So as you can see, these are the static / exact nodes right here. Static, I'll add in a conversational one here. I'll break down what the difference is first. So as you can probably see, there's a couple different differences right off the bat, right? So firstly, static is static. No matter what goes on in the conversation, the AI will say this line no matter what. Doesn't matter what the person says, no matter what, they will say this line no matter what, and that's the perfect of static. Static, you're not going to use static in the middle of a conversation very often because you want the AI to acknowledge, you want the AI to have a conversational flow. You don't want it to just ignore what the person says and stay word for word, right? But for example, the intro line, I want the AI to say, hey, prospect name, blah, blah, blah. I want him to say that every single time, so I like to make that a static. Same with the ending node. But throughout the conversation, for the most part, there may be some cases where you want to use static nodes, but this is why you have conversational nodes, which is this one right here, which is the same kind of script as the static, where they're both script-based, right? You're not prompting it, which I'll get into in the prompt node here. You're scripting it. You're giving it a line of script, and you're telling the AI to read this. And so the way the conversational nodes work is the same as the static node, but instead of saying word for word what this is, no matter what, the AI will be more conversational, kind of like how you saw in the linear script. All linear lines are by default conversational because we want the AI to be conversing, acknowledging what the person says, sounding human. So with static, if I said, hey, I'm looking to get my photos or I'm looking to get my teeth whitened for my Christmas photos, blah, 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 the AI would just ignore that and it would say the line. Whereas with conversational, like you saw in the linear script, I'll say, hey, I'm looking to get my teeth whitened for my Christmas photos so they can be looking sparkly or whatever, right? And so the AI would say, oh, I love this time of year, getting the Christmas photos, blah, blah, blah. We want your teeth to look great. And then it would go into the script so that it's acknowledging and it's making it seem more organic and more conversational. That's the purpose of conversational nodes. You'll want to use conversational nodes for about 99% of the script. Now, prompt nodes. Prompt nodes are also very, very good. Prompt nodes are, as you can see, done with a prompt rather than a script or a line. So instead of giving the AI a line to read, you give the AI a prompt of what to say. And so here you can see ask qualifying questions to understand the prospect's needs and current situation. So firstly, before I get into making a script, I'm going to give you a super, super quick demonstration of what this looks like. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this node. I'm going to show you what a static one would look like. So first, let's change this to exact. And so what are you looking to get your teeth whitened for? I'll just do that right here. And I'll briefly break down what loop conditions are in a second here as well. As you can see, that's something right here as well. I'll turn that off for now just to show you what each of these nodes do before I move into actually building the script. I'm just going to make this super simple. It's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today? And I'm just going to change this to bye for now. Just keep it simple. All right, perfect. So as you can see, this whole script is exact. So background context on this is the exact same. Voice message, I'm not going to touch. Time zone, I'll set to time zone. As you know, right now, it's not booking. There's no, booking thing in here. English, perfect calendar. I'll select the calendar just in case, just because, so we have it there. Repository, I won't select any repository for this. We'll switch to the voice to gen, leave everything else as is. We will create the tester profile. Perfect, save agent. And then as you can see, in between every node, you have a user responded, right? And so I'll show you how we can play around with this later based on certain responses. But the default is user responded, which is the same as the wait for prospect respond variable in the linear script. And quickly before we get started, I showed you the conversational nodes. There's also the conversation end node, which is the end phone call, which is a different node because we'll end the phone call every single time. There's also the action steps, which action steps we don't currently have added, but this is where you can have it send SMSs, send emails, send custom actions, live transfers, all this sort of stuff, which we will be adding very, very soon. Just wanted to touch on that quickly. Now let's show you what the static looks like. So I'm going to tell the AI, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm doing amazing. How are you doing? And it's going to completely ignore me because it's static nodes. So let's have this give me a call. Hello?
Hey, Jax, it's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, actually. It's Christmas. It's snowing. I love it out here. It's just amazing. How are you doing?
What are you looking to get your teeth whitened for?
I want to get them whitened for Christmas photos.
Bye for now.
So I know this was a very quick script there, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like to see the static nodes. So now I'm quickly going to change this to conversational. Actually, let me copy this super quick before I change it. All right. Now let's do this again here. Hello?
Hey, Jax, it's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. It's Christmas. It's snowing. I love it out here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks. Christmas is definitely a magical time of the year. I love the snow, too. It's so festive. Speaking of which, with all the holiday parties and gatherings coming up, I was wondering, what are you looking to get your teeth whitened for, Jax?
For my Christmas photos, really.
Bye for now.
So there you can see a big difference, right? It's much more conversational, much more organic. It's somebody that you want to talk to much more than the first chick who's just, ignoring what you're saying. And then you saw the last one is still static, so she just said bye for now. So wanted to show you that there. Now I'll show you prompt, finally, the last node type here. So prompt will be ask the prospect about why they want to get their teeth whitened before the Christmas holiday. So we'll save that there. And now let's do this. So the thing about prompt that's cool is that it's prompt based, right? There's no script for it to follow. So it will just say something slightly different still along the lines every time. So let's see what it says here. So give me another call. Hello?
Hey, Jax, it's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. It's snowing. It's Christmas. I just love it. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks. I love this time of year, too. The snow really gets everyone in the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, I noticed you inquired about our teeth whitening services. What made you interested in getting your teeth whitened before the holidays, Jax?
Yeah, I just wanted to get some nice pearly whites for Christmas photos.
Bye for now.
There you go. So prompt and conversational nodes are the ones you'll want to be using the most throughout the script. But just to give you an idea of what each node looks like there, I wanted to show you that. So now we can go ahead and actually build a little script here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this prompt-based node here. So let's leave that prompt-based node here. I'm going to delete this. We'll leave that. I like this start of the conversation here, and then we'll keep it going. So let's zoom out a little bit. And then I'll add a conversational node. So ask what they're looking to get their teeth whitened for. Before we go ahead and schedule in your appointment, I just have a couple quick questions to ask. Is that all right with you? Awesome. So conversational node. Okay, so firstly, before I go into anything else, I want to show you what loop conditions do. Loop conditions are very good for certain parts of the script where you need the AI to get an answer. Like for emails, for example. If you're trying to collect an email, you don't want to not have the AI understand an email and then move on to the next script, right? You want it to collect the email. So the way the loop conditions work are you tell the AI when it's able to move on to the next script, onto the next node, sorry. So if you say, do not move on to the next node until you collect an email address, a full email address that you understand. Then if the AI doesn't collect an email address that it understands, it will repeat, hey, can you rephrase what you just said, or can you repeat what you just said to make sure I understand it exactly? Or if the person just ignores and doesn't give their email, the AI will come back and say, hey, before we move on, I just want to make sure I get your email address so we can do blah, blah, blah. That's what loop condition is. And so you can also use this for questions and whatnot if you need to make sure that they're meeting certain qualifications and you need the AI to get an answer to those questions. This is where you use loop conditions. So the AI will keep looping back to the question until they get a full answer from the prospect. So that's how loop conditions work. All right, I'm going to turn that off here though. Is that all right with you? Perfect. And so now I will split this up into two here because I'm asking, is it all right with you if I ask these questions? I'm just going to split this up to show you what it looks like. I doubt anybody would say no to this, but who knows? Some people might. So what we'll do here is we'll split this up. User says yes. User says no. So if the user says that they are nope, I don't want you asking any questions, then we can have the AI say, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I just want to make sure you have the whitest teeth in any Christmas photos you may take over the holidays. Something like that, right? Are you sure you don't want to get this teeth whitening done? And then what we can do is make this one to change to, so if they say yes, you can say, firstly, have you ever had your teeth whitened before? So I'm going to make a pretty straightforward node script here because I don't want to make this a 5-hour video. So here, and then what I'll also do is if the prospect decides to say, yeah, you know what, I am interested, we'll bring them up here. User says they actually do want to get their teeth whitened. So this here is pretty much a prompt. So that's why I write it like this. And then I'll bring in a node. Oops. A node there, and I'll bring in another node real quick. Just to kind of, end the call here if they decide, hey, they really don't want to. I'll actually make this an end call node here. User says they are sure they do not want their teeth whitened. All right. Well, that's no worries. If you change your mind, feel free to reach out. Bye for now. And then that will end there. I'll actually, for example, I'm going to make this a static, just so it says the exact same thing every time. To this point, the prospect is really, oh, geez, I should have copied it. Well, that's no worries. If you change your mind, feel free to reach out. Bye for now. Then it will hang up because it's an end call node. So as you can see, this is kind of a pretty basic node script here, but you can imagine how complex you can build this out, right? And then this here will go. Have you ever had your teeth whitened before? And how old are you currently? So I'm just going to kind of speed through this last bit here. All right. Let's go ahead and schedule in a time for your appointment. Does available date work for you? And then let's drag this down a little bit more. One more node here, and I'll wrap this up. And we'll do a call to see how it works. Perfect. I have you scheduled for. Repeat the date and time they scheduled for. We are all good to go on our end. We look forward to seeing you soon and have a wonderful Christmas. All right. So we'll do 2 calls here. I'll do one where we just go straight down the node script on here, and then I'll do one where I kind of go the messy route here. All right. You can see the flow is valid. Let's go ahead and have this give me a call. First thing, right, is the prompt-based node there, so we'll see that. All right, it's calling me here. Let's go. Hello?
Hey, Jax, it's Ashley from Best Dentist Ever. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. The snow is out. It's Christmas season. I can't wait for the holiday. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. The holiday season is always so magical. Speaking of which, I noticed you were interested in our teeth whitening services. What made you want to get your teeth whitened before the Christmas holiday, Jax?
I just need to make sure my teeth are sparkling in my Christmas photos.
That's a great reason, Jax. Sparkling teeth can definitely make a big difference in photos. Before we go ahead and schedule in your appointment, I just have a couple quick questions to ask. Is that all right with you?
No, actually.
That's unfortunate, Jax. I just want to make sure you have the whitest teeth in any Christmas photos you may take over the holidays. Are you sure you don't want to get this teeth whitening done?
Actually, yeah, no. I want to get the teeth whitening.
Jax, I think we got a bit sidetracked. Let me get back on track. Firstly, have you ever had your teeth whitened before?
I have, yeah, only once though.
That's great, Jax. Since you've had your teeth whitened before, you know what to expect. And how old are you currently?
I'm 21 right now.
Jax, now that we've got that covered, let's go ahead and schedule in a time for your appointment. Does Thursday, December the 5th at 6:30 p.m. or Monday, December the 9th at 2:30 p.m. work for you?
The second one works for me.
Perfect. I have you scheduled for Monday, December the 9th at 2:30 p.m. We are all good to go on our end. We look forward to seeing you soon and have a wonderful Christmas.
Thank you very much, Ashley. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
All right, so there you can see. Went a little messy on the node script, right? But she handled it very, very good. I kind of went back and forth, and then she said, all right, let's get back on track here, firstly, and then she went down the script. So that's the power of the node script, right? Where you can really branch things out. She went all over the place to handle everything I was doing. That's why it's nice to have the prompt and conversational node, because she acknowledges everything I'm saying, right? And then continues going through the conversation. So that's how you use node script here. And then if I were to go down the conversation just smoothly, I'm not going to do that because it's pretty much the exact same as the linear script, right? If I just went down this way, because it's a linear script, right? Just with nodes. And so that's how the conversation would go. And you can imagine how complex you can build this out to be, right? So this is node script. This is the platform that can change your business forever, automate all your appointment booking, your customer service, your cold calling, everything that you need to get done. It can do it for you. And so look, if you want to use this platform, like I mentioned, I'll leave a link below where you can sign up completely for free. It's not going to be free forever. I'm going to leave that link below this video for about a week or so. So you can sign up, you can use the platform for free. And then the only thing you'll have to pay for is the credits as you're making calls. But outside of that, you'll get it for free. And then eventually we'll add in the monthly fee for it. But right now you can use it for completely free and take advantage of it. So I'll drop that link below and I'll see you in the next one.